Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost and this is Computer Tycoon and we're in 1978. What a fabulous year that was. Probably. Okay, and you may remember if you were watching the last episode that I was a little bit concerned when we looked at our sales stats for the year that one of my latest markets, Germany, which I added to my domain at the end of the last episode, is selling relatively few computers. That's not even Germany, that's Germany right up there, isn't it? I mean, compared to Venezuela, Romania, that's South Korea. I can't even read colours and names and stuff. Why it's selling so few compared to my other countries? It doesn't even appear on this global sales for every company. Even though Germany is quite a big country, if we look at it here, it's over 2 million, and it likes performance, which is the blue marker there, which is my USP, my unique selling point. That's the one thing my computers excel at. And I'm the only person marketing in Germany. So why is it doing so badly? Now, I had a quick look around here just before I clicked in to start the recording, and I've suspicion I understand what's going on, I hope. If we look at Venezuela, Venezuela is in fact more than twice the size of Germany in terms of population. On this randomised map, remember that, although the map looks real, it's got real country names and stuff, all the populations and their economy and stuff is all entirely randomised. So don't get too hung up on the fact that your favourite country is nothing like it is in reality, because this is actually a computer game. Strange that, isn't it? Anyway, back to the narrative. That's what the word I'm looking for. Yeah. So although Venezuela is only average wealth compared to Germany, which was poverty-stricken, and more than twice the population. So yes, I would expect those people who really like performance to buy my computers. Then if we look at, say, South Korea, a similar sort of population to Germany, just over 2 million, and looking there, performance isn't one of their key drivers for purchasing, but they are a rich country. If we look at Malawi, that's a little bit smaller than Germany, just 1.5 million, but again a rich country, and although they are their preferences are heavily towards performance, again that's my key sales point, so I would expect them to buy a lot of my computers. And I'm doing quite well there, as you can see, against the competition, who are the blue people, which is IBM. Yeah, they're not one of the biggest competitors, I think, to me at the moment. And Romania, the other one outselling Germany, a slightly larger population, and Romania, again, although it doesn't have an overwhelming preference for performance, and it is a poor country, which makes it actually slightly wealthier than Germany is at the moment in the game. So I think it's all to do with the wealth of the country. So and again on the Steam forums, Andres, the developer of the game, who's continuing to interact and give us ideas and throw out suggestions and his ideas for the future of the game, which are all looking good, I must admit, again. So, and he does actually say that the wealth of the country does impact on your sales performance. Unfortunately, the stats at the moment that we have don't give us any sort of real breakdown of how many people are buying what computers at what sort of prices. It is a fairly rough and ready thing at the moment. We can draw conclusions, which is what I'm trying to do here, but this lack of performance in Germany is down to the wealth. So what Germany is interested in is value for money more than the best performing machine, whatever it costs. In rich countries, if you hit their preference properly, then they will spend what they need to spend to satisfy their need for, in my case, high performance. So what I'm going to do to start off with in this year is change my billboard advertising, which should give me if it works properly, should give me a 4% bump in sales. Is change that to product value for money in Germany. I could do a nice scroll here. This does sort of scroll, but it's very slow. Okay, that's probably a game engine thing, but anyway, there we are. So yeah, so I will change that to value for money. Now I do have a lot of computers which are selling. Let's run the game on now. which are selling at very cheap prices. Where's the price? Well, not that cheap, I suppose. So this is my oldest model, and that's selling at $13.99. Is it selling any? Are you selling any? No, you're not. I think time for a new year, time to bring the prices down. And again, this is something that was mentioned on the forums, that computer prices and I imagine expectations will fall over time. So it kind of mirrors reality. Excellent. So you see now an uptick in my sales from that price reduction. Likewise the Tektron 2, so the original 2, so let's make that down to $14.99. Now this could become a bit of a grind if you're going to have to do this every year. So what might be nice here is if we could change this to something like a global reduction, or select which computers you want to change the prices for. And in fact, I think in one of the comments on the boards, Andres did mention that he's thinking of offering different pricing structures for different countries and so on, which makes it a really involved and complicated sort of capitalism type game, which is where we're going with this, which is all good, all exciting and challenging. Let's change the price on that one. Oh yes, I'm overpricing that one at the moment, so if we make that one 2199, will that bring people in? Nope. 2100. Again, there's this conversation going on about the price, how to price things in the game, because we don't know the actual cost price of it. There's a deep and complex calculation going on behind the scenes, which works out the recommended price. Let's make it $19.99. A jolly good year. And the thing is, of course, with these prices, I'm competing not only with my competitors but also my other computers. They need to be priced appropriately. I was not making a vast number of computer technology dollars on a daily basis. My demand, 65,000. That's going up. It's flipping around, sort of 55 to 65,000, which isn't great. I could do with that being more. Let's take this one down as well. Again, that's overpriced. Again, I think one of the things you can do here is when you first release a model, particularly if it hits a sweet spot like mine do in performance, is price them slightly above the recommended price and just get that extra bonus. Again, that's kind of the bleeding edge, the first adopters kind of thing. If you can get them on board, it's like what Apple do, isn't it? It must be good because it's priced so highly. Or Stella Artois, a beer here in Europe. I don't know how many of you are familiar with it, but one of the advertising campaigns for that was, it's priced so high because it's so good, or rather you're supposed to think it's so good because it's priced so high.
You have researched a new technology.
Oh, I have new technology now. This should be a good one. I just researched the 5¼ inch floppy disk drive, which gives me another wonderful big hike in performance, a 10 point there. Adds a couple of extra feature points as well, which is all to the good because I'm a bit behind in features. And I'm adding to that in my next easy hit, which is the joystick, which should come through quite quickly. Right, so what we need to do is we need to, let's roll on time, keep on rolling, add the hardware, and this is going to be, is it input devices? I think it is. Let's create a new one, and it is removable media. It's going to be a 5-inch floppy. So we'll just call that one 5-inch FTD. And look at this, lovely green bars here in terms of my beating the competition on this one. So let's, again, I like to rank these up a little bit. Well, that's good. Just try and get to 93. Performance. Yep, that'll do. Let's create that. Is that created? Ah, there we go. Okay, that's splendid. So on my computer screen, we'll take my basic model. We'll start with this one, which has the soundboard in, because all my computers will now have sound built into them. So let's copy this one. and we're in 1978 now, so this will just be the basic model now. They will all come with sound, whereas back in 1977 sound was a novelty. It was brand new. Okay, we don't want any of those, so they're not there actually. No, I need to. This is one of the odd, tortuous things about the game design at the moment. Is I need to save this design first. Is it a game design, or is it me being unable to remember simple stuff? Okay, so on here, if I OK on those, you see, that stays the same. Again, it's one of those little graphical glitch things that's in the game at the moment. That takes that down to 50. That's fine. Removable media. This is going to go up to 5-inch. No, I don't want to do that. Let's click out of there. Double click. No, that's not an 8-inch. Pay attention, man. There we go. So that should give me a lovely hike in performance. I'll come to the pricing later. Let's create our prototype.
Your new computer model went into the testing phase.
And while we're at it, should we create a copy of the Office one as well? So the Office one, what did that have that the other one didn't? Well, I think it was the fax, wasn't it? It was the last thing I added. Yeah. So we will create a copy of this one. 1978. Click in there. We'll keep the Office Plus. Again, we'll remove the sound. 78. Okay. Let's save that design. And in here we will add all the features. Gives me a nice big feature hit there, and performance will improve by adding the 5-inch disc. That's lovely. Okay, so let's create the prototype for that.
Your new computer model went into the testing phase.
Okay, so we're losing Malawi down there. I hope we get that back. Everything else I'm okay in. All these countries in Europe that I'm competing in. Oh, I've just lost a bit of Austria. No, I've got it back. Oh, that's neck and neck there, isn't it, between me
Your
and
new computer model is polished.
Red Company, which is Brutal Data. Oh yeah, they're a big player. Brutal. Right, so my computer's been polished, so let's go and have a look at it. And mark it, this one. I think we can increase the price of that. Which one am I on?
You have researched a new technology.
Oh, I've got new technology. Oh, it's all happening at once here. Right, try and keep up. Two. That's me talking to myself, not you. I'm sure you're doing very fine keeping up with my inability to control everything. Right, feedback on this one. I'm still the fastest. And my main competitors are still Brutal and IBM. Okay. So let's market this baby. Yep, that's selling. I'm selling slightly above the recommended price, but people are buying it because it is awesome. It's got 5-inch diskette drives. And my research, I added the joystick. Now the glass teletype, again, as one of the future developments of the game, we're going to have a proper research tree, so it might be easier to see this. But I'm thinking the glass teletype is the first port of call to the actual display screen, the VDU, the LED screen, all the rest of our good gubbins that we get in modern computers. So that's an essential development for my computers. And hopefully that'll start taking me into PCs. At the moment we are just looking at home computers, or the hobbyist thing really. I don't need to do that. So what I'll do is we'll create a new computer based on the 78-1. And this will be the gamer's computer, because it'll have the joystick and the gun controller, whatever it is. Get gamer.
Your new computer model is polished.
Okay, we'll deal with that in a second. I'll just pause the game so I don't lose that too much. Look at that, the 71 is doing really good business already. Though I'm not making so much money. Heck, I think prices need to be reduced again. Right, what am I doing here? Oh yes, the office one, that's finished. So the feedback on this, yeah, not changing much. And we will price this at 2325, I think. The recommended price doesn't seem to take too much account of the accessories that are on the box. Not quite sure why that is, but there you are. Yep, it's still selling. That's good news. Right, so let's go back to our gamer computer. So we're going to take off. Oh, I didn't have the gun controls a separate thing. I haven't done that yet, so it's just the joystick. So I'm getting prestige and features from that, which is good. Let's prototype that one. It does have the 5-inch disk drive, doesn't it? Yep, that's cool. Prototype
Your new computer model went into the testing phase.
Okay, so I think it's probably time to close down some of these old computers. They're just not selling. Let's ramp up the speed a little bit. Yeah, we'll take that one out. Okay, 74.2. You're not doing too much business either. We reduce your price. Again, the thing here is, if you're coming up so close to your actual productive capacity, your PP figure here, which is 105,000 for me, these older computers take more of that processing power to manufacture, so the needed PP is higher. So if you keep reducing the price and keep selling them, are you wasting your factory's productivity, your factory resources, by continuing to sell these inefficient models? Is that going up? Yes, it is. That's good. And this one, 76.1. Yeah, I think we can take you down again. 2009. Is that going to help sell any of you? Not really. Take you down below the 2000 mark. See if that helps.
Your new computer model is polished.
That one isn't selling either. I'm well above the recommended price now on this one, so we'll take this one down to 2009. That hasn't really helped, so that one might be for the chop as well. Okay, our new computer is ready to go. I won't charge that much for it. We'll charge 2199 for that, I think. Can we market that? Will people buy it? The answer appears to be no. Oh, okay then. 2170. Aha! Someone has! We've got a gamer on. Yes, there are gamers already in the world. That's good news. Right, these older machines I think could do with a bit of repricing. Yeah, you see, I'm well above the market price for this one now. Not sure it's helping too much. Okay, take that one down. How's my research doing? Oh, I'm getting quite close to the glass teletype. Will I get that? We're in beginning of October now. I have to remember these are American dates, they don't half confuse me sometimes. Okay, what marketing options do I have? Ah, right, let's pause here for a second. Okay, now the previous video game options I had to boost my marketing required a very high feature level on the display unit, which was 19 point something or other, which I'm nowhere close to because my only display is the blinking light. But do I have CPUs of this level of performance? I think I should have. So if we go here, let's clear all that out. Just look at CPUs. I do. My current CPUs are performing at 9 and above. so I can use those. Just double check the computers. I do have computers with that sort of CPU performance in, don't I? I can't check here, can I? That's a slightly annoying thing about here as well. You can't check what's actually in the computer itself, as far as I can tell. Okay, we'll take that as read. I'm sure I have got computers using those high-spec CPUs. So which of these will we take? We'll take this one. Where in the world is Budapest? That should kick in at the very beginning of next year. Yeah, let's take that. Okay. Are these stats? The stats are stacking up reasonably well. I'm not sure if this is an accurate current position for this year. If it is, then I'm selling very few computers compared to last year. That's not so good. Yeah, I'm not seeing a great uptick in demand at the moment, which is disappointing. If I go to research, actually, what do I want to research next after the glass teletype? What would be good? Again, the gun control's a nice quick hit, so we'll do that one. That's a prestige thing, quality rather, the noise reduction. That'd be good. I'm also looking at something like the S-Bus, which allows for expansion cards and so on, or the BIOS, which is the the BIOS. Is there not? I thought there was an operating system choice here. I would have thought that's a CLI, command line interface. Ooh, that's a bit pricey. What I want to do, once I've got $24+ million, I want to open up a new lab in South Korea to give me a bit more research power, because expanding the ones I've already got is just too expensive. I just wouldn't make money on them. Okay, I think, yeah, let's go BIOS. We'll add that one in as the next key driver for our development. Okay, I'm back in Malawi, which is good. I'm still flip-flopping in Bosnia and Herzegovina, but it's a small country, so I'm not too concerned about that one. Everywhere else that I am, I appear to be doing quite nicely, thank you. I could expand into another country. I've got one LP point here that I can use. How much do I need for South Korea? Open a site there. It's 24/6. I might get that by the end of the year. I don't know. Yeah, because the problem there is, as we've seen before, is I've got a level 3 laboratory here in my primary research country. That's costing me 50,000 each month. Well, actually no, it's costing me 36 because of the discounts I get, because it's a rich country and I've got a level 2 office. And if I was to upgrade that to level 3, that would add another 200,000 plus to the upkeep, and I'm just not making enough profit to afford that. Likewise, in Suriname, which is a poor country, this would cost another 8,000 or something, because of the, actually no, it'd be over 10,000, because the price is bumped up by the fact it's a poor country, so it costs more to fund a research centre, even though I am getting a bonus from the higher level office. So that, again, that would eat into my profits, and likewise in all the other countries. Whereas if I set up a new lab, like I have here in Laos, which is currently unfortunately called No Translation, it cost me just over 2,000, plus the 2,500 for the site, so that's 5,000 about added to my costs. So I'm still within my existing profit margin, which is what I'm looking for, really, to stay within that. Okay, anyway, let's have a look at our stats for the end of the year. So oh dear, this isn't quite so good, is it? My profit margin is going down. So 1977 it was 7.5 million. This last year, 1978, is just under 6 million, which isn't so good. So that's the income is coming down on my home computers. Site upkeep is a bit more. Engineering, well, that's reduced, interestingly enough. I'm not spending anything on construction or expansion. I've done no expansion of the sites at all this year. So yeah, that's not so good, but I'm still healthy profits, so that's fine. The sales, 1978, a slight dip in sales. Perhaps if I'd been more aggressive in discounting my older models, I might have bumped that up again. Market share, I am still just ahead of the game. I'm the green company here. I've gone down to 22.99% of the market as opposed to 23 something or even 24% that I had at some point in 1977. I'm still ahead. Now who's this? That's a brown company, isn't it? Big Computer coming up. Yikes. Interestingly, the big players, Brutal Data, the red company, and IBM, the blue company, didn't have very good years either. They were quite static. So that's reassuring at least. Yeah, market share. Sorry, customers. That was what I was looking for, wasn't it? Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm selling. Germany is even less of a contributor to my profits this year. That's not so good. But okay. Venezuela. I think that's the only country of mine that makes it to the pie chart for global sales. That's disappointing. That is disappointing. Preferences, again, ease of use is the big winner there, out of the whole country, out of the whole world rather. And I am currently 24 years old and about a 0.14% chance of dying in this next year. I don't think I need to spend money on healthcare and buy bodyguards yet, so that's okay. Right, what I'll do, actually, I was thinking I might run 2 years this video, but we're approaching the half-hour mark, I think. So rather than spend another 20 minutes or so carrying on, we'll finish this one off here at this point again. And we'll look at, so next year is looking quite good for us. We're going to have a glass teletype, which should really bump up, hopefully, the sales and take me into a different marketplace for my computers. Performance increase, so that's not performance, that's prestige. So yeah, next year I'm looking at developing things outside of my core sort of USP, which is performance. So perhaps I need, okay, we'll see how things go next year. If I need to refocus again on performance, which I've tried to do so far. Actually, going to a 3-inch diskette. I'll put that one in there now and see if I need to bump it up. See how well I go in the first 6 months next year. See if I need to sort of really push forward on the performance front with a 3-inch disc. That's not, yeah. We'll see. Anyway, okay. So we're still making money. We're still profitable. We're just about the biggest player in the market, I think. Still. Let's just double check that. Yeah, I'm sure I am. So they all do look. No, I might not be the biggest. No, of course I'm the biggest seller still. Just on this line graph, it's slightly easier to see. So things are still looking okay. I need to push forward though. I do need to sell a lot more computers, and hopefully once I've got that new site in South Korea open, I can push my research even further and faster and just keep ahead of the game. That's where we're playing at the moment. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, do leave us a like. If you have any thoughts on the game or how I'm playing it, any suggestions, recommendations, even criticisms of what the heck I'm doing, or anything you want to say, it'd be great to hear from you. Just leave a note in the comments box below. And of course, if you've not done so already, please do subscribe to the channel, and that way you'll know as soon as I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Computer Tycoon, until the next time, bye bye for now.